I'm here at downtown Syracuse, New York, and behind me is a grand structure. I'm going to show you this one. You're going to be blown away when you see the interior. And this grand building was said to have been built starting in 1874 and supposedly taking over 12 years. Remember that window above, the circular window? We're going to see that from inside. You're going to be blown away when you see it. You can be the judge if those are the right dates. And remember, we're right across from another video I did. This massive building that looks just like it goes exactly with this building. At the same time, the same royalty of construction. You can watch that video. On this building, this current building is the Cathedral of the Immaculate Conception, and it's the Archdiocese over 14 counties in upstate New York currently. What was it originally? If something else? Who built it? When? When you see the inside, you're going to be blown away and not believe it. The outside obviously is impressive enough. Some things may have been added. It's been remodeled just a few years ago, and the structure has remained the same, but some of the colors on the inside are different. But when we look at the structure of the outside and what's been put here, these stones are just create a massive castle. And you got to remember, they say this is 1874. This is only manpower. At that time, this town was full of canals that had been constructed, like Venice, Italy, which have all been destroyed now. But when we look at them very closely, the places where the canals are, it's pretty incredible to see that what was once beautiful, ornate, and amazing has been completely removed and replaced with parking meters and asphalt. And this building itself, if you just look at the construction of this part right here, the overhangs on each one of these perfectly made, either whether it's cast stone or cut stone, it's a perfect overhang that turns into an angle that goes up then to a straight tower above it of stone. Not a small feat in this day and age. But in 1874, in just a few years, to construct this massive castle start to finish, with the ornate construction in marble and woodwork that you're going to see inside, take a look as we go in the front door of just what we're looking at on the inside. So now across the street from the courthouse building, we step into this massive cathedral. Just unbelievable. Now, it's been remodeled in 2000, I believe it was 17, right in that area. And the remodeling is mostly color and painting. The structure is the same. And just to look at this, when you walk in, right away you see the acanthus at the top of these pillars. But the columns, the marble columns, with the same thing at the top, and continuing up, the same symbol at the top, and then this massive ornate woodwork, all done at the roof. And let's step over and just take a look at these columns of this building, which are just incredible because the weight of these, you can see there's a metal piece there, but this is solid rock. These are just massive columns of marble set on looks to be a concrete block. That block is probably 6,000 pounds, just that one. And we have, looks like 7 columns on each side. And you can see the entire church punctuated with the acanthus. Beautiful woodwork. And right through this town, as I've mentioned, were canals that have since been destroyed that flowed and connected with the Erie Canal, which went 363 miles with offshoots all over. It was like Venice, Italy here, as is this construction. And what was this used for? Well, when we turn around and look, you see one of the most grand organs that you'll ever see, with what now is a window above it, with a semblance of a cymatic pattern. Now, whether that was the same window that was always there or not, you'll know if you study these things that it's said that sound and frequency and energy were what these buildings were originally constructed for or used for, but they may have been gathering places for those in the body of Jesus Christ during the 1,000-year millennial reign on earth. That has to happen sometime, and the time after that has to happen sometime. The time after that is one said to be one of deception. We have to take a look and see if that time could actually be now. The symbols certainly indicate that. The symbols on top of these columns indicate the kingdom of Jesus Christ by what the symbols actually mean. And you can see that that fleur-de-lis actually comes from the acanthus plant in all the symbols and paintings that they have of it. And here, of course, has been set up something that in that circumstance would not have been here originally, and maybe the stained glass would not have been here, but the structure of this building would have been here. And you can see the ceiling has metalwork and looks to be acanthus just the same. So that was not a small thing. That wasn't just decoration. That carried weight and meaning. A royal space, no doubt. And of course, quiet now, but was there a time when this was full of joy and people and gathering? Some people think they could have been a power generator because they were called cathedrals, which come from a word cathode, and maybe it was all of these things. But the one thing that it certainly is an amazing and amazingly difficult construction to pull off. With a horse wagon and really primitive tools and marble from so far off that the way to bring those columns into place would be impossible in the time frames that they claim. claim that these things have been done. Hit like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next video.